Yesterday, we had the numbers in parentheses. That was already factored, so we could solve them. Today, we have to put them inside the parentheses so that we can then solve them. We're not going to do the top part, but I'm keeping it up here so everybody can find the right page because I know it's hard to find. Up on the board, it said to go ahead and start factoring 2, 4, and 6. Factoring is what you guys got really high scores on your last chapter. So let's refresh our memories of that. Number 2, if you're going to factor this, one of the quickest ways, you can just copy the section title, but if you miss it, it's always up on the board. But those 2 examples are going to apply more to tomorrow, so we're not writing anything down there. We're just jumping right to number 2. A squared minus A minus 20, that is negative 20 on top, because it is 1 times negative 20. What's on the bottom? They're working on the air conditioner because my afternoon classes are really warm. So, negative 1, good. All right, we're looking at numbers that can make 20. 1 times 20, 2 times 10, or 4 times 5? 4 and 5, good. I want a negative 1 when I add them, so which number has the negative? The 5, good. Take that sign, whatever it is on the bottom, and make it match the bigger number. All right, do I need to mess with boxes here? No. How come? There's nothing in front to change things around. So in this case, it's the easiest case. If there's no number in front, it just becomes A plus 4 and A minus 5. That's the left-hand side. The right-hand side is that it still equals 0. Question? If you have the negative with the 5, then yes, you can put those parentheses first. But the positive has to be with the 4. And that equals 0. And now it's as easy as yesterday. Your 2 answers are A equals what and what? Negative 4, positive 5. Okay, that's it. So you already know how to factor. You already know how to solve once you have the factors. So today is mostly just going to be reviewing how to factor. So let's look at number 2, because number 2 is different. It has a number, number 4. It has a number in front here. All right, we're only going to go through a few examples and you guys are going to have time to work, so let's stay focused on our few examples. Sorry, you'll just have to try to ignore that. They're trying to fix it. Number 4. All right, you guys, throughout this chapter, I'm now going to begin showing you maybe some different ways of factoring, and we're going to pick the way that works best for you. If none of the ways that I'm showing you make any sense to you, then always go back to the boxes. The boxes work every time. All right, so for this one, we're going to think of 2 numbers that I'm going to do the boxes with this one, and maybe the next one I won't. What goes on top? The first times the last. 2 outer numbers. Negative 8. Good. And on the bottom? Positive 7. All right, which 2 numbers can make 8 when you multiply and 7 when you add or subtract? 8 and 1. And which one gets the negative sign? The 1 does. The 7 is positive, so our bigger number, 8, is positive. All right, doing the boxes, we do this. 2d squared, we do that. And then we split up the 7d and we make it 8d and negative 1d. And then we have our negative 4. All right, there's so many ways to think of this. You can factor out all the GCFs or you could divide. In this case, let's do this row. What's the GCF right there? 2 and D. This one? Good. Now you can look for GCFs here. You can divide. What do these 2 have in common? A 1 and a D. And notice, notice that positive, positive. This one was negative, so we get negative, and positive makes positive. And this one? A positive 4. Good. No D's in common. So we write 2D minus 1, and we write D plus 4, our 2 factors, they equal 0. Okay, that's something you already know how to do. That's not new. But now think back to yesterday. you're going to take this set of numbers right here, just this one, and you're going to solve it. You're going to say that D equals, turn the negative 1 into a positive 1, and then do what? Divide by 2. Good. The negative turns into positive, and then you divide by 2. And then you take the second one and do the same thing. The positive 4 turns into, is there anything to divide by? So then you're done. Okay. This is called solving by factoring. Let's do number 6 together, then try a couple on your own. We're going to spend 2 days on this. Tomorrow we're going to go into some more difficult of the factoring ones, but for right now I want you to get the idea down. Bless you. And then number 6. All right, now, there's lots of ways you can factor this by boxes. Some of you felt like the boxes took a lot of work, but on the tests, you guys got really good scores. So the boxes work every time. If you feel like numbers are getting big and you don't really want to do the boxes, you have one other option. You can take the 5 and split it up into 1 times 5. And you can take the 6 and you can split it up into 1 times 6 and 2 times 3, all the possible factors of those two numbers. And you can make a combination that would give you 29 in the middle. Okay. This one's called guess and check, and a lot of people like this way as well. There's only one option here. You can have 1p and 5p. That's all you've got. But now we need to get a combination that would make 29. So imagine these numbers, 1 and 6. Okay? I tried the possibilities. Don't write this down yet because I have to erase it if it doesn't work. 1 times 6 and 5 times 1, that's 6 and 5. That's going to make 11. No good. Try it this way. Try putting your 6 here and putting your 1 here. That's 1 and 30. Can anybody get 29 from that? Yeah. Which one would have to be positive, the 1 or the 30? 30. So you could make your 6 times 5 positive, and you can make your 1 times 1 negative, and you would get negative 1 plus 30 makes positive 29 in the middle. Okay? That's called guess and check. So what are our two answers now? Negative 6 and 1 over 5. Okay? If anybody finds that easier for them, shorter for them, don't forget that that's just the left-hand side. The right-hand side is still equals 0, and that's how you can get your two answers. If you have two things multiplied together that equals 0, then you can just turn it to the opposite sign and divide. All right, so this one was just a negative 6 over 1. There was no fraction to make. Questions? All right, look at the left-hand side. If you like the shorter way of doing it, you like just mentally guessing and checking until one of them works, raise your hand, I'll walk around and I'll go through a few more with you like that. If you like just putting them in the boxes, do that. But try number 1 right now on your own. And flip back to number 1. Find number 1, find the factors. And once you have the factors, then the next step is faster. All you have to do is change the signs and or divide by the number in front. All right, if you finish that one, you can jump on ahead to number 3 and 5. That's where we're going to stop. We're not going below number 5 and 6 today. I'm going to show you in a second. All right, number 1. I got a negative 2 and a negative 1. Is that what you got? 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. Don't forget, if you wrote y plus 2 and y plus 1, then you did the factoring right. But then the next step is the solving. You don't have to write this down. But what you did right here was factor. This step is where you actually solve it and say what the variable is. Any questions on that one? Number 3. You have 6 and negative 7 as your numbers, and you find them as negative 6 and negative 1, right? Those make your parentheses, m minus 6 and m minus 1, but those are not your answers. What are your answers? Positive 6, positive 1. And please, you can only do that when there's no number in front. Number 3, 5. Your numbers are 36 on top. Whoops. numbers 36 on top, and what was it on bottom? 13. So I heard a lot of you saying 9 and 4 for that one. Remember, you cannot say that it's A plus 9 or A plus 4. This one has a number in front. You have to do the boxes, or else you have to do the guess and check method. So if you have 6t squared to start with, and then you take the 13 and you split it up into 9 and 4. So you have 9t, 4t, and then a positive 6 again. Remember, this number is gone now. So then you split it, find your GCS. This one had a 2 and a t. This one had a 3. This one had a 3 and a t. And this one had a 2. There were no negatives to worry about. So you get this one, but that's only half the problem. This last part is to solve it. What would t become right here? Negative 2 over 3, good. What would this one become? Negative 3 over 2. Today you just have to break out the factors, the parentheses. Okay, so go ahead and if you can just do it on your phone, that's fine. If you need to pick up a Chromebook, I'll unlock them because you have the rest of the time to work on your homework problems that are available online. On